Chapter 3. Justine Harper. A black luxury car left Bayford City's airport. Gliding smoothly down the road in the back passenger seat sat a handsome man in a black suit, leaning back with his eyes closed. The light from the passing street lamp streaming through the car window cast a soft glow on his tired face. "Find out who leaked the information about my arrival." His deep, dignified voice echoed inside the car. "Yes, Mr. Harper," the assistant replied, glancing at him through their rearview mirror. "The news has been taken care of. There are no pictures or videos of you available now. However, for those who have already seen the news, we can't do anything about them. But it's late at night, so the number of viewers must be low." After half an hour, the car arrived at an upscale villa area and entered the gates of a luxurious residence. The driver stepped out and opened the door for Theman. As he stepped out, a sweet voice welcomed him. "Justine, you are finally back." An elderly woman in a simple, knee-length elegant dress, holding a cane, walked towards him with a gentle smile on her lips. Despite his fatigue, he offered a light smile. "Grandma." She looked around playfully. "I don't see any grandma here." "Julia," he corrected himself, "at this hour of night, you should have been sleeping, instead of waiting for me." "I could not wait to see you, Justine." She hugged him gently. "Tell me, you're not going back." "I'm not," he assured her. "Where's father?" "The grumpy brat is in the drawing room." The two entered the drawing room where James Harper was watching the news, his expression serious. His gold-rimmed glasses perched on the bridge of his nose gave him a scholarly appearance. James Harper was one of the most renowned businessmen in the country, the head of the richest business empire. He looked at the newcomer who greeted him. "Father." James offered a light nod. "I saw the news, though it has been removed now. This can't continue." "What do you plan to do?" His voice was deep and dignified, face lacking any particular emotion. Julia frowned. He just arrived home after so many years, and instead of caring about him, "You're acting like a businessman even at home." Justine gave her an assuring glance and turned to his father. "I will reveal myself when the time is right. I do not want unnecessary attention when I need time to settle everything here." James simply hummed in response. "Go freshen up and come downstairs for dinner." "I've prepared everything you like," Julia suggested. Justine went upstairs to his room, a place he had last seen almost 15 years ago. He didn't have many memories of this room, as he had spent only a few days here after he was brought in the Harper family when he was 10 and then was sent abroad. But everything in the room looked the same and everything he needed was already arranged. After the family of 3 had dinner together, James retired to his room. Julia let out a sigh of relief once James was gone. "Justine, come with me." Justine obediently followed her to her room. She handed him a file. "You have to go to the Imperial City and bring this person home." Puzzled, he opened the file and saw a picture of a young girl in a school uniform, then read her information. Natalie Ford, age 24, daughter of Karen and J. Ford, mother deceased, lives with grandparents, father, stepmother and sister. There was other additional information about her along with her latest pictures that Justine quickly skimmed through before closing the file. "Who is she?" he asked. "You're not trying to set me up on another blind date, are you?" "Don't speak nonsense." "This girl is your sister." Justine was stunned. "Sister? How is this possible? She is James's biological daughter, but he doesn't know she exists." Justine was speechless for a moment before he heard the old woman continue. "I think it's about time to bring her home and let James know about her. I would fetch her personally, but my body isn't as healthy as it used to be. You are the only one I can trust to execute this task." She looked at the file in his hands. "All the details are there. The detective who worked for me gathered all the information. Could you do this for me, Justine? Why does father not know about her existence?" "This doesn't make sense," Justine asked, befuddled as he stared down at the picture of his supposed sister. Was his grandma going senile? Or was this some new prank? He squinted, trying to see if her features looked familiar to his father. "And why didn't you let father know about this? Why are you trying to keep it a secret?" His grandma looked pained. "I'll explain everything once you bring her home." Her hopeful eyes turned pleading. "Please, would you do this one favor for me, Justine?" "Of course I will," Justine said. His grandma had cared for him since the moment he had been adopted by the Harper family, when he was about 10 years old. For the past 15 years, James and Julia had been his family. There was very little he would not do for them. "But I want to verify the information given first. I need to see what kind of person she is. If she's greedy and will disturb the peace of our home, I bring her back. Grandma, are you all right with that? I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Karen's daughter is just like her. She can't be a bad person. You can trust my judgment. His grandma sighed confidently. Justine barely stopped himself from rolling his eyes. Julia, according to this file, Karen Ford died when this girl was barely 7. She's now in her 20s. A lot can happen in those years, so forgive me for being cautious. She sighed. I forgot. You're as stubborn as James. Do whatever you want, but in the end, I'm the daughter of this family to return to her rightful place. I'll see what I can do. He turned to leave with the file. Good night, Julia. Justine, even if she comes back, your position in the family will remain Thesame, Julia commented, as she watched his retreating back. You know that, right? Justine didn't turn to look at her, but replied, That's the least of my concerns, and you know it. Julia couldn't deny it. She knew the kind of person Justine was. She said no more and watched him leave. Meanwhile, Natalie headed to the Civil Affairs Bureau to confirm if the marriage as a turfist was genuine. Miss Ford, this marriage certificate is indeed real. The officer behind the desk informed her, offering a strange look. The last hope she was holding on to finally broke. So, I am truly married, she mumbled. She turned to the officer once more. Is it possible to get a marriage as a turfist without one of the parties being present? Absolutely not. We have to confirm the identities of both parties while they're present here in person. Can you check the recording from my wedding day and show it to me? Miss, we only maintain recordings for the past 12 months, and you have been married for a year and a half. I'm afraid I cannot help you. So I have no other option but to find this husband of mine. Disappointed, Natalie left the office. As she stepped out, her phone rang. Where are you? She heard the angry voice of her grandmother. If it had been another time, Natalie would have insisted she speak more politely, as she always did, but not now. What do you want? Is this how you talk to me? Natalie didn't wish to argue. Why did you call, Grandma? Come home right away and bring that useless husband of yours, the older woman ordered. As I said before, I don't know who he is. I don't care. Come home with him, or I will throw away everything that belongs to your mother onto the streets.